Bombshell court documents have just been unsealed, and they reveal something far more shocking than anyone expected. We're talking about secret texts, hidden emails, and a so-called smear campaign that allegedly targeted Blake Lively at the height of her feud with It Ends With Us co-star Justin Baldoni. The details are explosive. Untraceable social media operations, six-figure PR budgets, and behind-the-scenes plotting to shape the story the world would see. And now, with the evidence finally out in the open, the drama has taken a turn no one saw coming. But these leaked messages are only the beginning. When Judge Lyman unsealed more than 60 exhibits of texts and emails, the courtroom battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni exploded into something much bigger. Buried in those files were messages that didn't just talk about PR strategies. They hinted at a coordinated effort to shape how the public saw Blake. One August 2024 email revealed that Baldoni's longtime publicist Melissa Nathan personally introduced his business partner Jamie Heath to social media fixer Jed Wallace. Wallace, through his company Street Relations, was described as a hired gun who specialized in influencing online narratives. The price tag? Reports claim up to $30,000 a month for 3 months of work, and the most unsettling part? The plan emphasized being untraceable. Nathan allegedly wrote about using mostly untraceable methods, from managing negative fan accounts to changing the narrative on social media in real time. The goal wasn't just to boost Justin's image, it was to drown out Blake's supporters and control what people saw when they searched online. These weren't the kind of emails you expect from a Hollywood PR team. They looked more like the blueprint for a digital shadow war, and according to Blake's side, the fallout was all too real. The unsealed records didn't just expose introductions and contracts, they laid out what Blake Lively's lawyers are calling a full-blown smear campaign. Emails from Baldoni's camp describe something far beyond simple PR. This was about actively reshaping the conversation online, even if it meant planting narratives against Blake. One text message revealed a quote to option, $25,000 per month for at least 3 months to seed content that would steer social media chatter. The wording was chilling, mostly untraceable, with teams tasked to engage with negative accounts, flip conversations, and keep Blake on the defensive. Another email talked about pushing positive PR onto Google's first page while removing damaging links connected to Baldoni and Wayfarer Studios. And it didn't stop there. Plans included taking down Reddit threads, shutting social accounts, and even starting new discussions that would feed approved theories. In one chilling line, the strategy was described as being executed without fingerprints. Blake's side claims this wasn't just about managing a reputation. It was about systematically dismantling hers. And whether or not every part of the plan was executed, the paper trail paints a picture of Hollywood power plays happening in the shadows. The leaks didn't just expose PR tactics, they also gave a glimpse into the tension simmering on set. In a January 2024 group text, Justin Baldoni opened up to fellow executives about his struggles working with Blake Lively. He described the project as being held hostage, admitting he felt caught between giving her what she wanted and protecting his own vision for the film. More concerning, Baldoni wrote that he felt like he was working with someone who could use anything against him, calling the situation scary. These private admissions painted a picture of deep mistrust long before the courtroom battles began. For Blake's side, these texts suggest motive, that Baldoni's frustrations may have fueled the alleged smear campaign. For Baldoni's defenders, it was simply the voice of a director under pressure. Either way, the cracks behind the cameras were now spilling into the courtroom. Blake Lively has made it clear. She believes the evidence speaks for itself. Through her representatives, she described the unsealed texts and emails as overwhelming proof that Justin Baldoni and his inner circle orchestrated a smear campaign against her. She pointed directly to Melissa Nathan's messages, Baldoni's own responses, and Jed Wallace's services as the backbone of the operation. For Lively, this case isn't just about defending her reputation. It's about standing up against harassment, retaliation, and what she calls a deliberate effort to silence her. She's framed her lawsuit as bigger than herself, a fight for accountability in an industry where power can be weaponized against those who speak out. Her team has vowed to hold every party involved responsible, warning that these tactics go far beyond normal PR. And with trial on the horizon, Blake seems determined to make her voice impossible to erase. At the center of the storm is Jed Wallace, the so-called hired gun brought in to manage Baldoni's online image, but Wallace insists he wasn't running a smear campaign. He claims his job was simple, monitoring social media chatter and protecting Baldoni from online attacks. Far from admitting to secret operations, Wallace says he never used fake accounts or manipulated narratives. In fact, he's now suing Blake Lively for defamation, arguing she twisted his role into something sinister. Still, with texts mentioning untraceable strategies, many are questioning whether his version of events tells the whole story. Justin Baldoni didn't just deny Blake Lively's allegations, he hit back hard. He filed a $400 million countersuit accusing Blake and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, of defamation and extortion. But in June, the judge tossed the entire case, leaving Baldoni without the legal leverage he hoped for. His team chose not to refile, a major setback in a fight that's already been bruising. Still, Baldoni continues to deny any wrongdoing and insists the truth will vindicate him. Yet with unsealed texts painting a murky picture, the courtroom momentum seems to be shifting more in Blake's favor. The stage is now set for March 2026, when Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni will face each other in court. Both are expected to testify, making this one of the most closely watched Hollywood trials in years. With private texts, emails, and PR strategies already spilling into the public, the trial promises even more revelations. Will the evidence confirm Blake's claims of a coordinated smear campaign? Or will Baldoni convince the jury that he's been unfairly targeted? One thing's certain. When this case finally reaches the courtroom, the fallout could reshape reputations on both sides.